Well, my mother inherited a piano from her uncle or great uncle, and from as early as I can remember, I would play the piano, but just the black keys. And I remember the first song I made when I was, I don't know, this big, was just starting from the center of the keyboard on the black keys and playing seconds. And then like gradually going out and just being obsessed with playing seconds, major seconds and major sevenths. Yeah, every month has been completely different life. So now we're a year into the pandemic, and it's amazing to see how much everybody has adapted and normalized certain things that were a year ago so obscure and shocking and strange. And I think that's, says something a bit terrifying about our society and our conditioning, how quickly we can normalize things. Obviously, it's been really difficult on artists. I lost all of my shows, and I had a really big year of touring last year because I had released my record in 2019, and it gained a lot of unexpected momentum at the end of 2019, and I had a lot of incredible opportunities I was so excited and looking forward to. So in some ways, I was really grieving the loss of that, but then found such a deeper sensitivity in my connection to art over this last year and my connection to composition. Yeah, I don't know, getting more in touch with the sensitivity and having so much time to compose, which I don't think I would have been able to write all of this music without all the time that the pandemic kind of gave me. Actually, the first piece, In Praise of Profanation, that I wrote for Macadam Ensemble, I wrote that about a year ago when I was in Berlin when we got the news of the quarantine. I just woke up one morning and I had been playing a lot of guitar and I had this riff on the guitar and it's like, this needs to be a choral piece. And I spent just 4 days straight writing this choral piece, not having any choir, not knowing whenever choirs would be able to meet again, but I knew I had to write this choral piece. And so just why do I make music and what do I actually want to make right now? I don't want to work with a synthesizer. I don't want to make the new live electronic show for me to tour whenever shows are possible again. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to write choral music. Yeah. Well, it's several pieces. There's 3 choral pieces and 4 organ pieces. And the organ pieces are commissioned by the Richard Thomas Foundation, and I started composing them in September at the Orgel Park in Amsterdam. And those pieces I was writing for an organ tuned in a temperament system from 1470 called Pietro Aron, and it predates the mean tone temperament system. So there's a lot of really complex harmonic qualities in this tuning system that I wanted to expose and work with discovering their emotional and physical affect. With this tuning system, I find that not only do you have really complex emotional and intellectual reactions to some of these harmonies, but also quite physical. Sometimes you feel it in your gut, sometimes you feel it right in your temples, and sometimes it starts in your jaw. Like there's some chords where every time I play it, my eyes crinkle and I smile, or sometimes it really feels like it's behind the ribs. So discovering different ways that some of these chords can be embodied, both emotionally and physically. So that, for the organ pieces, this was my main approach. And then I was so excited when I got the chance to work with Macadam Ensemble. And I thought it would be really beautiful to do a sort of call and response with some of these organ pieces. So that was my first ground base, and then came words, finding words to work with the choir. And this is something that was quite terrifying for me because I've been away from words for a while and working in a more body and cerebral place that doesn't have to do with language. And I finally was listening a lot to the music and trying to learn what it was. What is the emotional context of this music? What is it saying? Because it's often a mystery to me. And these words came back to me from when I was a teenager. I was loving to read the work of W.E.B. Du Bois, and he starts a lot of his essays off with small poems from different authors. And these poems have always stuck in me since I read them for the first time, and symbolized a lot of what he was talking about. And these words just like resurfaced after some time, and I was so excited because it felt like, this is the moment. Like this thing from my past like comes up. These like words that have like been like mantra for me came, and I thought this is really like a very special moment to combine it with music. And it really brought my idea of the music to a completely other level.